Hi everybody, welcome. So I wanted to come on and do a little talk slash pull some cards, but I wanted to do it because today is a special day. And for those of you who do not know, today is, oh my gosh, today's Tuesday, December 12th. So Tuesday, there's 2 in there, and then 12/12. So 12/12 is a portal. And it being a portal, meaning that the energy of the positive sorts of energy of manifesting and creating are amplified today. But not just because of that, it's also because today is a new moon. New moon, yep, nothing in the sky, nothing we can see, but the energy behind a new moon is about manifesting, and it's about creating something and putting intentions toward what it is that you desire to create and what you desire to create, bring about in your life. There is so much supportive energy going on right now that it's really important that today especially is the day to focus on the things you desire to see happen in your life, the things you desire to create, the things you desire to start coming to fruition. Today is the day to really focus on that and block out and just completely reject any sorts of thought patterns or perspectives or anything that does not feed what it is that you want to create in your life. You know, all the people who are, you're saying that, I want to manifest all this financial abundance. I want to manifest all of this money coming to me. And there's always going to be those people like, well, you got to work for the money you get. Oh, honey, no, you don't. You close yourself off to the gifts the universe can provide to you, because it doesn't just happen because you've busted your ass for it. You do not have to work yourself to death in order to feel like you're surviving. You just don't. And the mindset and the perspectives and all of the things that have been told to you and pushed to you that if you didn't work hard for it, then you don't deserve it. Uncreate and destroy all of that shiz right now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all night, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. You deserve to be financially abundant and abundant in all ways without it having to come hard. Okay? So, now that we're past the little tough love situation there, let's start focusing on what it is that you want to create. Are you manifesting a better job? Are you manifesting more money? Are you manifesting a new home? Are you manifesting a vacation? Like, whatever it is for you, I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to imagine it so in depth that you vaguely have to remind yourself that you're setting the intentions, that it's not actually here yet. But that's good. If you lose yourself in the imagination, you lose yourself in the creation and the manifesting of these things, they're gonna come and they're gonna align that much faster with you. So wanting to talk about how you do that. Well, you know what? Silver lining, people. Some people might say, oh, well, it's unrealistic to constantly think about the silver linings. But no, the silver lining is what keeps you focused on everything is going to be okay. As soon as you let some ridiculous perspective or some BS opinion trail you off from believing that you deserve to have all of these things and you deserve for them to come to you easily, you're letting others slow you down, and therefore you're slowing yourself down in actually bringing those things about into your experience. Page of Air. Page of Air is logical, honest, impulsive, curious, challenging information. Ooh, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. See, that's the sort of thing that challenging information. You are always going to have challenging information presented to you, but you don't have to listen to it. Just because other people might have a good point doesn't mean that you have to fall in line and you have to act that way. If you want to be, or if you want to be, you know, unrealistically optimistic, then be unrealistically optimistic, because in the end, guess who's going to feel better about things? You. You're not the one letting BS drag you down and change how you feel about things. You're looking to the lighter side, and you're continuously seeking to navigate these situations as they come forward. Don't let people and their challenging information sway you so easily. Yes. And it's so good to remember, because when we are in that space of manifesting, when we are trying to take advantage of these portals and the new moon and all of these things that allow us an opportunity to really tap into that power that we have access to, we can be easily swayed. Because we have a logical three-dimensional mind, and then we have our higher consciousness that is not restricted by all of that. And it can be hard to balance and know, well, which one do I choose? But that's the thing, you can choose whichever you want. Just know that whatever it is that you're choosing, if it's either going to slow you down or it's going to accelerate you into experiencing what it is that you truly want. What it is that you truly desire may not be something you're fully aware of in your conscious mind. It might be something subconscious, and it might not be something you've put words to yet, but other people's perspectives is going to influence that if you allow it to. The dreamer, Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. This is super important, because you are literally taking the leap of faith on not knowing. And that's the beauty of it, that you are trusting the universe, you're trusting your spot in the universe to know that things can only work out for you if you're willing to let go of the fears, if you're allowing yourself to be the dreamer, if you're allowing yourself to consider and to ponder on what is beyond what is perceivable, conceivable, you know? Yeah, just kind of taking it in after every card, just because Spirit's kind of coming in, giving me little tidbits, and then they're like, oh, okay, you need to talk about this. So what about the ways that we just find it so hard to set all of the naysays aside? Or how do we set that constant criticism that we have in our minds that about ourselves, or about what we're capable of, or about what we deserve, or what we're worthy of? How do we go about halting those and allowing for something different? Well, let's see. The Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love, the need for balanced emotions. So this card is speaking to, it's speaking to the energy of a gentleness. It's all, and because, you know, the Knight of Water is an advocate for emotions. What sorts of things, what emotions are you holding on to that are making that letting go so much harder? And perhaps it's hard to let those things go because you have such a deep-rooted belief behind what those things are coming forward. You know, when we don't truly believe, you know, we could tell ourselves, oh, you know, I deserve better than this, but that tiny little voice behind that says, no, you're not. And completely throws you off. And because there's a part of you that doesn't really believe that you deserve what you deserve, or that you're worthy of good things, that there's a part of you that has been coerced into thinking poorly about yourself and being disempowered. And the Knight of Water is saying you need to head on face those emotions. You need to head on look at what it is that you are telling yourself, or that you have been made to believe, that is disempowering you and making you feel like you're not allowed to manifest these things. because you are. And it's not always going to be easy. You know, we can talk about, oh, you just have to do this. That's always easier said than done, depending on where we're at and depending on how we feel about ourselves. It's always going to come back to us and how we feel about us and how we feel about the situation that we're having to navigate. And whether you want to believe it or not, plain and simple, you are capable of facing all of this head on, and the discomforts and the fear and all of the things that come with it that keep you in this space of stuck, stagnant, and staleness, it's temporary, that it doesn't last forever. And there is a, you know, in a sense, an irrational fear that these difficulties, that if we open ourselves up to facing these things, what if these things never go away? What if this feeling stays forever and for all eternity, that I can never escape it ever again? So we constantly block ourselves off from doing the work. We can't do that, because the truth and the reality of the situation is that everything changes, always. The things that you would like not to change will change, and the things that you desire to change, they'll eventually change. But a watched pot never boils kind of thing, that when we hyper focus on it and we have so much invested in an outcome, it will feel, because of our linear perspective of time, it will feel as if it's taking forever. What happens when it'll boil eventually, and you look away and you find something else to occupy yourself with. Before you know it, the pot's boiled and it's overflowing. So energy works the same way, especially when we're manifesting, especially when it comes down to we're trying to get out of our own way, because that's what it really is. It's us getting out of our own way so that the universe can step in and say, okay, water's boiled now. You can do what you need to do with it. 8 of air. This is an illusion of being trapped. Lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Guys, come on. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Like, I literally just have the thing sitting here. So this is perfect. It's the illusion. That's all it is. It's an illusion. An illusion of being trapped, lack of self-confidence, that all of the ways that you feel stuck in your life is because you're standing in your own way and you're projecting that it's not you who's blocking you, it's something or somebody else. No, honey. Take your power back, and you need to own up to your bullshit, okay? And you need to say, you know what? I'm done with my bullshit. I just need to do this work, and I need to move along, because this isn't helping me. I'm sitting here stuck, sitting in my little pity party pool, and I'm not happy. So why am I going to continue to stay here? If I have the power to change something, then I need to do something about it, because I can't put it on other people to fix my problems. I can't make it other people's responsibility to help me feel satisfied and confident and all of the things about my life. I need to do that. So don't feel trapped. It's nothing. It's nothing, but it's because of the lack of confidence that we have that influences, oh, I'm not made for this. Yes, you are. The point of being here is that you're being reminded of this, and these things that are telling you that you're not capable is part of that lesson. And it's like, you're meant to be looking at it, and it's like, I don't believe you anymore. I don't believe that I'm not capable of figuring this out. I don't believe that I'm not capable of, or deserving of, or worthy of having these things or these experiences that really would help me to thrive in my life. Your life here is not meant to be survival. It is meant to be thriving. And the thriving here is your birthright, but that comes with lessons. And it comes with understanding and taking back your power in those things. King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision. Be a leader. Advice from someone creative. But the King of Fire, he gets shit done. He takes charge. He is a commanding force. He can be humble. He can be gracious, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. But the calm, the collectiveness, that charismatic, that idealistic, that motivational, there's all of this balance that comes in with that. And he is who you are meant to be embodying. He is here to help you to understand that this is what you are needing to do. This is how you face this challenge head on. And this is how you're going to overcome these things that you're putting in your own way. And prior to me starting the video, I actually pulled a card for myself and I got the King of Fire. So that's sort of a validation for me that, you know, one, the message and additionally the message feels well-rounded. So it feels like it's come full circle. Oh, I love it. I love it. So what can you do to really harness the 12/12 portal new moon energy going on right now, especially today? Like I said, today is a really important day to do this, because then tomorrow is the beginning of Mercury retrograde. And you know, even if somebody doesn't understand or doesn't follow like astrological things like that, Mercury retrograde, people still heard of it and they know, oh, it's a time for like a crazy ride. And that is true. With Mercury retrograde is when a planet begins, or it seems as if it orbits backwards. It's because of how it's orbiting in the solar system and how we're perceiving it from our vantage point. It looks like it goes in reverse. So retrogrades tend to talk about the going inward. So the going inward is going to be really important, because it's going to be from tomorrow the 13th until January 31st. It's the end of January is when it's supposed to be, I think. But the retrogrades is going to take inwards, that you're going to be taking a good hard look at yourself, and you're going to need to be looking at addressing and considering, what things can I choose differently that would take obstacles that I have placed in my path? What can I do to remove them? You're taking back responsibility. You're taking back your power to take charge and be the King of Fire in your life. But setting the intentions today prior to the full onset of Mercury retrograde is going to be important, because you're setting intentions from what feels like a more clear space. As soon as retrograde hits, it can feel far more turbulent, and it can be harder to stay in the mindset of what it is that you're wanting to manifest. So write down the things that you desire to manifest, that you want to see happen. Set it up for the whole new year, because this is prime time. Set it up, everything. Write it all down. Write it out in such excruciating detail that somebody could literally paint a vast detailed picture from your description. Be that detailed. Allow yourself to become so immersed in the details that, because you're basically going to trick your subconscious into believing that it's real. And by doing that, you inadvertently allow yourself to experience that, because your mind, your brain, your higher consciousness is being told this is reality. So you want to give it as much detail to build off of as possible. And so then once you do that, and I want you to hold on it. Writing it down is great if you do a little video, or if you, whatever it is that you need to do to have something sort of tangible that you can hold in your hand. or just consistently remind yourself of it, that as you go through the retrograde for the rest of the year and into the next year, take that journal out, reread it over and over and over again. And as you're working through your stuff, remind yourself, it's like, I'm powerful, I'm capable of this, I am worthy, I am deserving, I deserve to thrive in life, not survive. I do not have to settle for good enough. I am allowed to desire more. I am allowed to desire what would truly make me happy, regardless of what that looks like. This is going to be important because it's going to give you something to reground back into that space of power. The retrograde, the best advice that I could give would be to be gentle with yourself. These things take time. When we're unlearning behaviors that we have had our entire lives, or that we have developed as coping mechanisms in order to get through difficult situations that our systems are now overusing, it's going to take time to undo them. It's not just going to be wiped away immediately. You got to give yourself some time to adjust and to accept and integrate with these new ideas and these new ways of functioning. And as you do that, reward yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make you feel loved by you. It's going to be very, very important that there is a grace of give and take within yourself, because you're claiming your power, you're building yourself up, and then the retrograde is going to have you reevaluating everything about yourself. It's going to make you go deep, deep inward, and that can be hard. But take it a little bit at a time. Know that you are worthy, you are loved, you are capable, you have so much ahead that is waiting for you to stop beating yourself up. You have so much in alignment that's coming for this new year that is, your guides and your angels and all of the supportive beings within the universe that are here cheering for you, waiting for you to succeed. But the thing is, you're already succeeding. You're already doing it, because you're sitting here and you're asking yourself, wow, maybe I've been doing this, and maybe there's something different that I could choose now to create something better. You've already succeeded if that's where you're at. And in all the ways that you take the baby steps and that you do the sort of dance, the back and forth, where you're one step forward, two steps back, and half a step forward, and then you're standing still, all of the movement means that you're doing something. The movement and the back and forth means nothing. The back and forth of the movement means nothing, because the point is, you're alive. There is motion, there is energy, there is something vibrating there that you are working toward. Standing still, not doing anything, not asking how things could be different, not asking how you could be different, just being in a space of, oh well, or whatever that is, that's the space where you don't want to be. You can certainly choose to be there, but you don't want to choose that, because then you're not growing and you're not getting to experience the things that really would be bringing you joy. And as a final note, the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, positive resolution of a conflict. So again, with the water being of emotions, the relationship that continues to grow closer is going to be the one with yourself, because it's the relationship we have with ourselves that impacts everything else in our lives. If we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, then there's always going to feel something missing in our lives, because we're the ones who are with us all the time. We have to learn to be okay with us. We have to learn to spend time with ourselves. We have to learn to enjoy spending time alone and being by ourselves and getting to know who we really are, not who we pretend to be to the rest of the world. and the ways that we honor, embracing, and expressing our authentic selves impacts the way not only the world interacts with us, it impacts how we interact with others. It impacts how we perceive the world around us and our place in it. And all things improve when the relationship with ourselves improves. I hope you all found this interesting. I hope you found it helpful. So write out all those intentions. I want you to build me a movie script of what this next year is going to look like for you. And I want you to work on it over and over, work on it, read it over and over and over again as often as you need to. And going into the new year, be sure that one of the first things you tell yourself when you wake up January 1st is, I got this. All right, guys. Have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye.